What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing?
What up? What up?
Hey, what up? What up?
We back in action. Everybody's back in action. We got everybody back from the last show. Hey,
Yes,
so
sir.
we got one. We got Dan, my main man, Dan, back up here. He's ready for a second beat down, and we brought somebody else in here for another phase of the whooping. Hey, he couldn't make it the last time because something about his kids had a recital, and that was so important. He couldn't make it to the last one.
We don't want to pay. Then you need another beat down of the house from the wife. Like, what do you mean you ain't going to the recital?
Hey, so I just wanted to give him a light introduction, man. We have PJ Ellis, you see down here on the screen, man. We all served in the Army together. He's a sergeant major down here at where's I remember the old name. What's the new name?
Greg Adams.
Greg Adams, formerly up there. He's up there in Fort Lee. Formerly Fort Lee is Greg Adams. Sergeant major up there doing his thing in the Army, over 20 years strong, still producing fine soldiers. He's also an accomplished and young and upcoming author. Go ahead and give that introduction to yourself.
It is. Hey, so this is These Words Chose Me's poetry book. I say it's a little, and everybody's like, "Oh man, you've been writing poetry." I'm like, "Yeah, Sergeant Major's got a little bit of poetry in him."
Yeah,
a lot of stories
right there. You can find it on Amazon. So I appreciate y'all letting me highlight it. So These Words Chose Me on Amazon.
Absolutely. The words didn't choose. He didn't choose the words. The words chose him.
Chose him.
Y'all see how that go,
There
y'all
you
see how that go.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know, hey, like you said, the words chose him, but you also know what chose him is that ass whooping the Steelers received last night. That's what also chose y'all. Hey, so we don't want to hold our viewers up any longer, man. We just want to tell you, hey, real quick, man, if you on here, you watching it, man, we ask you to go ahead. If you like what you see so far, just like and subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you can get your notifications and all that stuff, man. We gonna get right into it, man. We gonna have to grade our teams right now. We go grade our teams, and let's start with Duke, man. What would you grade the Eagles offense from Sunday?
All right, so I'm gonna give the Eagles offense, man, an A+. I'm gonna tell you why. Eagles offense, man, 401 yards total offense with 270 passing yards, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? 26 first downs in the whole game, 10 for 17 on third down, and we only had to go on fourth down once. You can't get no better than that. That's almost perfect. You know what I'm saying? Run plays was hidden, pass plays was hidden. Everything was on the ones and twos, man. Got to give us A+ on this round, man. Against a well-matched team.
Okay, I like that. Hey, Sal, let me hear yours, man. What you
It's
give?
also everything that Duke said. Plus, we dominated on offense also with the time of possession of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Double the time of possession. So that's a additional plus on top of that A. So they're gonna get an A++ for me. Oh, it was clicking on all cylinders. Offense clicking on all cylinders over there.
Okay, we making upgrades now. A++. We making.
That's right.
Big grading on the curve. Big grading on the curve. No child left behind grading system. That's the no child left behind grading system. He talking about Herb. Man, let me hear it. Got it. What you got?
Man, I'm giving them boys a B+, man. I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me hear it.
I'm sorry, man. We got fumbles out there. We're getting 3 sacks, 5 penalties. You know what I'm saying? That it's an A+ tells me there's no room for improvement, and we have plenty of room for improvement. So the running game couldn't get off, which is fine because we got the passing game off. We need to be a complete system, but those penalties hurt. That fumble, good thing the defense, held their own against that fumble, and sacks, man. Can't be taking them sacks like that. Of course, one of them was a strip sack, so that's one of the same. I'm giving him a B+. Still passing grade against somebody who got a C. So
okay. Hey, so and on the converse of that, man, we had the Steelers, man. Obviously, we know we played them. We know going into it that the Steelers had, they had a formidable defense. You know what I mean? Some key players on the defense. Dan brought them up, Hayward. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So, what would you give your team's defense, Dan?
The defense for offense, I would say D-. For offense, D-.
I didn't want to ask you that because I knew it was a failing grade.
You knew
I strategically tried to give you something positive to talk about, but you went back to the negative.
But that's what the no offense led to a more bad defense in my way. When you don't have the ball or when they're on the field the whole time and they can't control the clock, it's just going to crush your D. So with that, I give the defense like a C-. They held Barkley to his second worst rushing game, which I wasn't too afraid of. They put in Jalen Hurts' hands, and that was the best I've seen Hurts play since that Super Bowl. I mean, he was phenomenal. His ball placement on slants was perfect. And, there's no defeating perfect placement. There just isn't. So,
Right.
TJ made the big play. That's his 6th forced fumble. That's what we expect out of him. But it was just, couldn't wrap up. Couldn't wrap up Gainwell and key third down possessions and stuff. So it was tough. And, when you don't play complementary team offense, defense, it's tough. And so they get a C-.
Okay. All right, PJ, let me hear it, man.
Hey, so, I was really hoping my Steelers were going to come out there and show out, man.
Okay.
The game started, those fumbles, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's about to be on. But as the game progressed, I'm just like, come on, man, really? And throughout the night, all night, I was getting texts and, the love message was coming in. But I was saying, ultimately, and it's unfortunate, I would say maybe a D-, man. Maybe upgrade to a C+, maybe. And that's just because, man, we just couldn't move the ball. You looked at, we had one of, they held us like 100 and something yards, and that's just, it's not the Steelers. And so that means that, we just got to get tighter. And the defense just didn't show up, well, except for my man, TJ. But at the end of the day, I think I'd give him probably a D-, maybe an upgrade to C+.
Hey, so speaking of defenses, man, like I said, I just want to touch on the Eagles defense, man. The Eagles held the Steelers to 163 yards total.
Hey, hold up, Mitch, real quick. Mitch,
yards,
what's your grade?
Well, I mean, it was the fewest amount of yards they had in the past 14 years, right? The Eagles are also the only team in the NFL that hold 3 different teams under 175 yards this season. So I'm gonna have to give them an A. I'll give them a solid A. There is room for improvement for the defense, man. But I'm gonna have to give them an A, man, because they shut down all routes of passing. They shut down the running game. They did everything, man. You had a few hiccups on defense. Gotti, what you got for that? For our defense?
What was your offensive grade?
The offense? I gave them an A. I gave them a solid A. Yeah, there's room for improvement. I mean, they got a 90, right? I'm not with that new grading system. They got the old grading system. They got a 90. They right there. They could improve more. And you don't want to seem like that type. You know what I mean? You come out with a good solid win. But going in on the ass end of the schedule, man, and getting ready for the playoffs, this is the time to fine tune those little mistakes, those fumbles that we allowed and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give them a solid A. They can improve over these next couple games. I'm gonna call them bye week games because they're pretty much Cowboys, the Commanders, the Giants. Those should be like bye week practice games for us to improve. You know what I mean? So hey, so the Steelers held Saquon under 100 yards, man, and 2 people kind of touched on this. The last show, Dan talked about it a little bit. Sal talked about it a little bit. What was the contributing factor for that, Dan?
I'd say Cam going full go. Highsmith, TJ played a good game. Patrick Queen racked up 11 tackles. I mean, these are all pro guys. So I mean, it's metal on metal. So he's phenomenal, but they have a good front. So, our back end, as you guys well know, has some holes, but that front seven's big league. So, it sucks from that side that it might hurt his chances at breaking the record. He's a guy I'd love to see have the record, to be honest with you. He's a guy to root for, Penn State guy. So, yeah, I would say the Steelers front seven, they raised up for it. Sacks, forced fumbles. It was just that back was leaky. Back end.
Sally.
Yeah. Dan hit it. The front seven, plus they were stacking the box. I would like to see them, do some RPOs or Saquon go to the outside, maybe to get some more yards. But to me, he was running up the gut, and the Steelers had that gut. They had that gut contained pretty good. Gainwell came in there and did he made some crucial moves on third downs, got us some good yardage. But as far as Saquon, they were stacking the box, and I would just like to see them run some RPOs or toss Saquon to the outside and let them try to break on the outside, but that never happened. But good job on holding Saquon under 100 yards. That was a good job for the Steelers front seven.
Absolutely. So speaking of that, man, he did have some backup. He's not our only running back. We do have a dual head, like Gotti always says just about every time. Gainwell is just as capable. So what do you think about? What's your take on that, Gotti?
Hey, like I said, I texted y'all during the game, man. He's very beyond capable of filling in Saquon as we saw yesterday. I also think that when Saquon is in, the defense plays different. Like I said, the box was stacked. You can clearly see 7 guys in the box, and they are definitely playing a run. Of course, he got hurt. He was out most of the second quarter, which could or may not have played a part in him getting 100 yards. But I do think that if we would have ran the RPO earlier, we started the RPO in the third quarter. We're getting some good reads and some good yards. If we would have started that sequence in the first half, I think it'd have contributed to Saquon getting a lot more yards. But definitely, Gainwell was there. Saquon was hurt, and he did everything Saquon could have did if he was in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. So PJ, you still gonna give him a that low of a grade, holding Saquon the man down to those yards, man? The forced fumbles, you still didn't get a defense such a low grade?
So okay. So since you talk, since my man TJ and Alex, they showed up, and you're talking about the line of scrimmage, you couldn't have passed, and the solid block, tackling, I'll probably upgrade them to a B minus. So
Okay.
I'm jumping way from a D, C plus.
Okay.
When it comes to the defense between my man TJ and Alex, I would upgrade them in the defense that they did a better job there.
Too high. 10-minute drive to end the game.
No.
That's too high.
Here we go. I know.
Here we go.
That's right. Deceit.
All right, so
Stop the violence. Stop the violence. Inter-team violence.
10-minute drive. I've never seen that in my life. He touched the ball once.
But for real though, TJ, I would have loved to see how the rest of the game would have went if TJ didn't get hurt. But I really think that between TJ and Alex really helped them. That's why he was on there 100 yards. That's what I think.
Hey, speaking of that, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You say you would like to see how the game would have went, man. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm no fortune teller, but it probably would have went the same way. It probably would have went the exact same way.
You need to go back to your fortune teller, man, and go back to your crystal ball. It ain't playing out.
Hey, but Sally, man, you mentioned the RPOs and all of this stuff getting started, man. I think that was a good segue to show, Jalen, this was the game that he wanted to kind of prove all of the media stuff that was going on and all of that stuff. I mean, traditionally, we all complained about it, of how Jalen holds the ball a little bit too long. I mean, he's rated towards the bottom as far as holding the ball, throughout the game too long. So this game, he was better getting it out all of his other games. So, dude, what do you guys say about that, man?
About which part?
Him being able to get the ball out faster and all of this stuff, this game compared to other games.
Well, I think that contributed to the pregame setup. You know what I'm saying? As far as that coming week, with AJ Brown coming up, making his saying whatever it is he wanted to say, that was like a precursor to, hey, we have to start getting this ball out. So I feel like Kellen Moore started coming up with quicker in route scheme plays so that Jalen can get the ball out a little bit faster. And because of that, that's why, Saquon was able to kind of get out there a little bit. That's why, some of those deep shots were working, because all the linebackers at the time, they're playing up to prevent Saquon from running. And at the same time, they're also preventing, scooting back. They when it's the flat play, thinking that it's going to go deep to AJ, when it's really not, when he's doing in routes, cutting off real quick dump passes. So I feel like, like I said, the schemes that Kellen brought up this game, real quick 3-step drops, that was the key to that. Yeah.
So I mean, you have the guy, man, that they weren't doing a lot of blitz, but I saw kind of I won't say totally, it was a different defense from the Steelers that they had normally shown throughout, throughout the season. I don't know if they were scared of so many weapons that we had on the offensive side of the ball, with with the possibility of Saquon, Gainwell running. Everybody knew AJ was going to get his touches. Devontae was in there. Cal Corretto, he was out there. So got it. What do you think, man? What was the contributing factor for Jalen, his pass proficiency this game?
Just like Dookie said, man, I think it was the routes. Most of the passes seemed like they were in between the linebacker drops, picking the zone apart. The passes that AJ was covered one-on-one, those quick slants over the middle. But I definitely think it was the routes that contributed to him getting the ball out faster. There was a few times where he dropped back, and I think they were probably more high percentage pass plays to where he held the ball. But like I said, they weren't running those quick slants. They weren't running those plays like how Smitty was eating the zone apart. So I think the play calling contributed a lot to him being able to get the ball faster.
So Dan, your defense, like I said, it wasn't. I don't think it was all bad. I mean, it was solid for what it was. They forced fumbles, you know what I mean? They had a couple sacks or whatnot, you know. What was the main factor for your defensive success and stopping the run and all of that stuff?
Well, like it says that the front seven, Tomlin. I mean, if you guys watch Hard Knocks at all, I'm sure tomorrow he's going to talk about what he did last week and focus in on the eligibles, is how Tomlin puts it. The eligible receivers, running backs, and it's all about Barkley. He played it the way we play Lamar. Honestly, we're going to see that Saturday. Oh yeah, but like Jalen was phenomenal. I mean, we did a lot of man coverage on the outside, and Jalen Hurts
first mistake
calls. I mean, he played phenomenal. So it's
first mistake.
Yeah. Better plays done.
First mistake was thinking that y'all can play man on AJ Brown. Second mistake was actually trying it.
Yeah. No, I know. And then Porter, honestly, had a decent second half, but then they had Devontae Smith on James Pierre, so that's with eligibles you have to go to. They did quiet Brown in the second half, but you have Devontae Smith. Our side, we have Ben Skoranek and Calvin Austin that Rossi's throwing to. So it's like, but it is what it is.
So PJ, I don't know if you heard the pregame chatter, man. You had Porter Jr. out here talking a lot of smack, man. He was talking a lot of smack on how he was gonna hold AJ down and all of this stuff. And what happened to him? He was almost non-existent.
I would say that when, and we all can relate to this, when you have a soldier that get out there and tell, hey Sarge, I'm gonna run 13 minutes on that 2 mile, and then gonna go out there run about the 20 minutes, and you're like, Sarge, it was my knee. I don't know. I think ultimately he just talked a lot of smack and just didn't show up and put out, man. I think that's what ultimately comes down to. I think if you can do all of that, man, you gotta show up and show out. And we all can relate to that one private to tell you're gonna run 20 minutes. And now you gotta hit him with, hey, you failed, man. 56 on that one. Yeah, if you're gonna talk a lot of smack, man, you gotta come prepared to put out. And that's just the bottom line. You gotta put out.
Absolutely, man. And everybody knows, man. I mean, this is the NFL. We've seen this across the entire league, man, from Pat Mahomes to TJ to, I mean, we had guys on our side. Dickerson went out and all of this stuff, man. So just focusing on the injuries, man. We had a lot of key injuries on our team. So which one affected us the most as Eagles, Gotti?
I think the injury that affected us the most was Jalen Hurts, his left finger. Because until that finger became broke, he was a whole new person. He was a whole new person. I didn't know his finger was broken until like 2 hours before the game. So I'm like all nervous and everything. Like, man, he's hurt. The defense might be targeting his hand. Bust him up a little bit. And he came out there, threw 100 yards to 2 different receivers. So that's the injury that I think contributed most to our offense yesterday.
109 yards to one, 110 yards to the other. Come on,
two 100-yard receivers, total 100 yards rushing, not with just one rusher, but 2 100-yard receivers and 100 yards on the ground is still good. I don't care if it comes from 3 people or just one.
Absolutely, Duke, indeed. Man. What injury got us the worst?
Well, to caveat off what Gotti said, but to add on to, I would say the injury, I feel like had Dallas Goedert been in the game, it would have been a whole lot worse. Because Calteri only got one target for 20 yards or 22 yards?
Yeah,
like
second play of the game.
Right. So outside of that, had Dallas been in the game, it would have been worse. The score it would have been widely worse because Jalen has confidence in Calteri, but not as much confidence that he does in Dallas. So had Dallas been there would have been a whole lot more outside plays, a lot more rub routes and all that stuff going on because Dallas is there. He's a bigger body. So I feel like if I were to pull one person, it would be Dallas. Him being out, that was a hit for us because again, it would have been 27. It would have been 30 at least.
Yeah, I would say, man.
I think Smitty was like in the zone where Dallas would have been catching the ball.
He was a little bit.
Yeah, but
caught a lot of balls where Dallas would normally be catching the balls at.
Yeah,
but
you got
they ain't run him across the middle too much because Smitty, he's 132 pounds and he can't take them hits across the middle like Dallas.
Wet. 130 wet.
Pass on wet. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think for me, I would have to say that the injury that almost had a significant effect was when Lane Johnson came up hurt. I said, "Oh Lord, Elizabeth."
Yeah. I'm coming to join you.
I'm coming. Don't do this to me, Elizabeth.
I'm coming to join you, honey. I'm coming to you with a Michi Mania hoodie on.
I said, "Oh no, man! Oh no!" But PJ, man, which one y'all got y'all?
So, and obviously that in-game, injury with TJ. I would say this: I was always been a TJ fan, but after yesterday, man, I went ahead and Amazon and ordered me a TJ jersey, man, because I was like, whenever TJ is on the field, the game's just different. And I think if he would, if he didn't get injured, then the game would have been a little bit different, in my opinion. But I think another key one that we missed out on was Deshaun. I think if Deshaun was in the game, then the game would have been a lot different. You know it, man.
You sure about that?
Don't give me that.
You sure about that?
I'm sure about it. But look at the score, though. If you think that as well as y'all claim your quarterback, I'm not even going to say his name out here. But yeah.
Go ahead, put some respect on his name. Put some respect on that boy's name, man.
I'm just salty, but no. But Jalen, as well as he played, he probably could have still had some more. But if the defense was on like they should have, and my man wasn't injured, Deshaun was in the game, I think we could have done a better job.
Yeah. Damn.
You know where I'm going.
I know.
The playmaker, the guy who gets 8 to 10 targets a game, who our offense feeds through. Yeah. George Pickens, the other Georgia Bulldog, needed to be on that field for us. You could see why this whole offseason we tried so hard to get Brandon Ayuk, was on ESPN every day. Then in the season, trying to get Cooper Kupp. Black and gold need another playmaker on the outside. You got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and you got Skoranek and Austin on our side. GP being out just was debilitating, and we're praying in Pittsburgh that he comes back for Saturday.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know, man. It's not looking good. I was looking at the post game.
We need him on Saturday. It's a tough game.
Yeah, y'all gonna need him and that Trinity. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, because y'all not looking too good. Y'all not looking too good after this game. Yeah. Y'all gonna need the Trinity.
We've won 8 out of 9 against Baltimore. We're not. Tomlin knows how to play getting Harbaugh's head.
Okay. We'll
8 out of 9. They've won 8 out of 9. Lamar never beat Ben at the end of his career.
Yeah, but the only thing is Ben ain't playing no more.
I know.
But look, Russell's about to show up, man, and he's going to have his best game of his entire career. Wow.
Hey,
you know when y'all said that? You know when y'all said that? You know when y'all said that?
Huh?
Y'all, you know when y'all said that?
Said what?
Last week. You said the same thing last week. Same thing. You said it last week.
Again.
I didn't.
No, not
it all came true. Everything came true that I said.
You're right.
I'm saying it again this week.
And then we speaking about Jalen, man, doing the ball, man. Hey, so Sally, man, how good, how effective? What was the positives of the ball distribution in this game, particularly the throwing? From Jalen and all the chatter.
Oh yeah. I mean, you heard. He said, in the game, what did he say? He said, "Just because we don't do it, don't mean we can't."
Absolutely.
And he proved that yesterday. I mean, he connected for 25 passes. Okay, 19 of those 25 was the AJ and Devontae. They caught 19 of those 25 connections. So Jalen let y'all know, just because everybody say we are a running football team, but don't forget we got serious weapons out there. And Jalen let everybody know yesterday that just because we don't do it, don't mean we can't. And he proved that yesterday. He proved all those naysayers, all those doubters out there that he couldn't pass the ball. Even he was getting the ball out, going through progressions. Even when he had, it's times that he thought he had like 2 minutes in the back. That's how much protection he was getting. Running all over the damn field, still fouling people. So yesterday, Jalen did his thing. 25 connections, 19 of the connections, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. So he still proved to everybody wrong that he still got it, and he still can handle that rock like he needs to handle it. So hats off to Jalen on the connections yesterday. Great job.
Right. Hey, so Gotti, man, do you feel that this was a statement game for him as far as his passing? You know, it had been talked about and all of that stuff. Do you feel that this was something that Jalen needed to prove himself with?
I don't think it was nothing that he needed to prove to himself with, but I do definitely think it was a statement. We went out there. We are, I guess, currently known as a running team, and I think that's what he was leaning toward when he said, just because we don't do it, don't mean we can't. And he's talking about the passing game. So It's kind of like, hey, what's wrong with the Eagles? So the highlight is passing. So Kellen Moore said, all right, we're going to go out there. We're going to make sure A.J. Brown gets the ball. The whole world knows A.J. Brown is about to get the ball. Scores a touchdown, over 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? And you know that's what the plan is. Not only A.J. Brown gets 100 yards, we got Smitty getting 100 yards. Come out there. You know our plan is to pass. And we scored. We have two 100-yard receivers on you. So basically saying we can do basically what we want to do. On the ground or in the air.
Absolutely. So the defense, man, going back to the defense, because I think they did a really, really good job, Dookie. So like I said, man, they held them to 163 yards, the defense, total, the entire game. At one point, the Steelers only had 2 yards in a quarter. 2 yards in the entire quarter.
Say it again, Flo. Say it again, Flo.
They had 2 yards, man, and I think, I can't remember who talked about it, but we talked about, the importance of that defensive front, man, the Jalen Carters and all of that type of stuff. We're not going to get into that penalty he had, when he snapped the crap out of an old boy down there and he got that 15-yard. I was like, oh man, come on. But the Steelers couldn't even. They got 2 turnovers. They were in the red zone and they didn't score. 2 of them.
Yeah, we have to capitalize on that, man.
What was your thought on the fight with the other Georgia Bulldog, Washington?
That
was
was
he fighting?
You mean
No.
They call that the sleigh ride. He picked him up and he carried him about 45 yards downfield. They call
it was like the blind side. Remember in the blind side?
The blind side.
Hey, I remember that. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, the play's over with. Where are you taking my man?
Yeah,
back to the line.
To the house. He said to the house.
But that was a part of it when they were in.
We were taking them to Beantown
line, and then they went back to the 19 after that.
Who it was, right?
Was it Slay?
It was Slay. He took him on a sleigh ride for Christmas. Yeah. He took him to the end zone. He was going to put him in the stands because he wasn't being useful. He already got his one play, got his salary already dubbed, and Duke named it one play Slay a couple games ago. He got that one play out, and he was about to go put his ass up in the stands where he belongs.
Hey,
that's what he was doing.
Look, my man was just locked in. He heard the ball snap, and he was locked in. He had one job. And he did just that. He just went too far.
Do you guys think it should have been offsetting penalties?
I think so.
Yeah, it should.
I think it should have been offsetting penalties and let them keep playing.
Did you see Tomlin? He told the ref, "Get the fuck away from me."
Yeah. That's what Gotti posted on his thing.
Yeah. I thought he was going to get another penalty for that.
Yeah.
But
like that play there, that's 4 on the 4-yard line. Then it goes back to the 20.
Right.
That set us back.
That's a big play.
But you still couldn't score though. You still couldn't score.
But the 20, second and 20 versus 2nd and 4, that's a big swing.
Hey, that's Russell Wilson though. That's just to be your king.
We had 2nd and 20. They declined that penalty against Steen.
And then got it.
I know. First 30, but it was 2nd and 20, and we got the first down.
No, I know.
Yeah.
So you guys could have got a touchdown. I mean,
it was just a lot of.
That's not an excuse.
Y'all got two turnovers against us in the red zone and couldn't score, and y'all think y'all just about to go blow out the Ravens too?
We are.
They ain't blowing out the Ravens, but they'll compete. I don't know if we'll win, but they'll compete that game.
Oh, it's changing now. Now it's changing. Earlier it wasn't like that.
Dan, we got to stick with the narrative.
Stick with it. Is that your story? That's the story. All right. Go on in there and go talk to Star Major then. I'm saying that's the story. He said he ain't touched that soldier, but all right.
It's just like you at the board, man. Are you sure that's the answer? Roger Saw Major. You're sticking with the answer.
Are you sure?
You sure? Roger Saw Major, I'm sure. Okay.
Hey, so as far as the forced fumbles that the Steelers was causing, you know what I mean? TJ got his, and the sacks and stuff like that. Was that a collapse of the Eagles defense, or was that a strong statement of the Steelers defense? I mean, was that a collapse of the Eagles offensive line, or was that a strong statement for the Steelers defensive front? Sally.
I don't think it was a collapse on the offensive line. Like I said, it was TJ knocked the ball, got it away from Jalen, and the other one was my man Cooper DeJean. He got popped. So those two fumbles were one's because of for the special teams. The other one was because TJ. But TJ just a great player, man. I can't take nothing away from that guy. Even though, like I said, I don't give it a collapse on the offense. TJ's just a hell of a player, man. He got that ball out. He got that ball out of his hand. So it was not a collapse on the offense by no means. To me, it wasn't.
Yeah, man. You hear some people, man. If you ever get online or you hear some like Duke's calling the fanatics, man. After every single play, man, they having a meltdown and all of this stuff, man. Yeah. When Coop got that ball knocked out, man, everybody, oh Lord, here we go. They thought it was the end of the game, man.
Yeah. Crazy work.
Hey, so he said, Jalen. Hey, speaking of what Sally said earlier, man, and what Gotti was talking about, how do you feel that would help us going forward with showing the passing game that we are capable of having, that we've had all year? Gotti, how do you feel that'll going forward?
So I think so we haven't really been beating on the passing game like especially like we were last year. Like, I think when, of course, when we played Pittsburgh last year, I think all AJ's passes were probably at least, 30, 40 plus.
Yep.
We scored those 3 touchdowns. So we haven't been showing a lot of that at this point. Even yesterday, there was one deep ball he threw to AJ, which I didn't like. It was risky. But now,
oh yeah,
here we are coming up on. We have a running back that's about to break a NFL record. So we have the rushing game. Now we're pissed off about our passing game. Now we pick up our passing game. So which one do you want to defend, Washington, who we play next week? So, of course, Pittsburgh came and stacked the box. Okay, we want to stop Barkley because Philly hasn't really been passing. And now you see what happened. So now when Washington comes up, it's which one are we going to do? Are we going to stop the run? Are we going to stop the pass? Are we going to gamble? So we have the RPOs, which is going to be good for our run and our pass game, which is going to catch Washington off their heels in the future. So I think solidifying our run game, our pass game, and then I would lay off the RPOs down Jalen's hand, or maybe throw them in once in a while, throw in some draws or whatever. But I think this is going to help us become a more diverse offense and hopefully continue to put up those points, in the first half like we did yesterday that we were doing all year.
It'll definitely keep the teams guessing, man, because like I said, we got a two-headed offense that we know is dominant on both sides of the ball, man. So, Dookie, man, how do you feel that two-headed offense is going to do carrying us forward?
I think it's going to do well because at this point in the game, somewhat late in the season, the opponents are going to have to look at us and say, okay, look, do we want Jalen to beat us? Do we want Jalen to beat us, or are we just going to have to just defend the run? It's going to be one of the two because those defenses are going to have to now play spread. They're going to spread everybody out, kind of like I'm not going to say a cover 2, but more like a 2-minute offense where you just protect the line. So it's like you're going to have defensive players and linebackers just spread out so far that there's going to be gaps. So at that point, Jalen's going to have the luxury of either passing the ball to Saquon and letting him get some, or picking his poison on the pass attack. So me personally, I think everything that went down starting last week up until this week just made everyone know that we can score how we want to when we want to. It's just on what kind of defense is he going to see and what reads is he going to play? Is he going to make? So they're going to put it in Jalen's hands to go out and beat us. And if they do that, then Saquon's just going to take over and he's going to run the ball down everybody's throat. So to me, it's a good thing to have. Just like you always say, it's a good problem to have.
Absolutely.
It's a good problem to have.
Absolutely. Hey, Red Jet, we see you in the comments. We appreciate she's always here. Red Jet, she's always here.
Always.
We appreciate y'all here. But she said that quote with Jalen was very telling statement, and I fully agree with that, man, because it lets you know, man, we are those guys. You know what I mean? Your defense does not have enough weapons to stop us on all facets of the game, man. The passing game, the running game. Which one you want to protect? Like Gotti just said, man. You want to try to stop the running game. You want to blitz us and do whatever we're gonna do. We got some answers for you. The aerial attack coming across the middle, wherever you sending your blitz from. I thought Minkah Fitzpatrick going to be doing a little bit more blitzing in this game, but I mean, I guess he recognized what was going to happen if he kept doing that, so he stepped out as well, man. But great job to those guys, man. And then we get into the time of possession for these guys that we had up here. We dominated by 20 minutes. Remember, 20 minutes time of possession for these guys. So what was the contributing thing for it? Mind you, we had 20 minutes more time of possession, but we ran the same amount of drives. Damn, come on, man. Let me hear it.
I mean, it was pretty even at the half. It was pretty even time of possession. The second half, though, it obviously I think that the fumble when the Steelers were driving, trying to tie it late in the third, once that ball, and their credit, and I just looked at the stats, they're hitting Russ with the fumble. That ball hit Najee square into twos.
Oh, yeah.
And they're hitting Russ with the fumble. But I think that took the air out of the entire team, obviously. And then you could just see that they were just playing on skates during that long drive that started down at the 2-yard line or whatever. And you could just see that that was it,
No, Navi was going after that ball like he dropped his change, boy.
hey, he said it was that play that took the air out of him. I'm gonna say I watched the whole game 2 times. I don't think it was that play that took the air out of him. I think it was the coin toss. I think it was the coin toss that when they realized what was about to happen to them, then you saw them just deflated when they walked.
I know how Philly fans are. I know there had to be some nervous when they were driving. After that flea flicker, there had to be some nervousness.
Hey, so PJ,
no one will say it, but when they were driving late, there were some nervous people.
I'm with Dan, man. I think going into the second half, we're playing good ball. And I think coming out of the second half, I was expecting for them to pick it up. But I think, one of the things that the Eagles, with effective play calling, with the short passes, that didn't really help us any. And then we just could not get the ball down the field, whatever. When you look at the run game or you look at the passing game, we just didn't. The Eagles control the clock, unfortunately, with the short passes and, combination of play calling. And we just could not get the ball down the field. And there were times in the game where I thought that, especially coming off the sacks and the fumble, I was like, okay, we're going to pick it up. Russell's going to come out here and give us his best game. And we just kind of deflated. And if we had kept that momentum going, I think we probably would have been in a better position.
Yeah, so while we on the shoulda, woulda, couldas, man, what do y'all think that the Steelers, what do the Steelers need to do to get back on track going against the Ravens and moving forward towards, because you're gonna make the playoffs. So what do y'all need to do to right the ship, man? What do y'all have to do to fix yourselves, Dan?
Go see the trainer, get wrapped up, wrap TJ's ankle.
Okay.
Painkiller to George Pickens, get healthy, get the six starters back on the field this week.
Y'all need whatever they shoot inside of Patrick Mahomes' ankle.
Every year,
just turn backwards.
Steph Curry rubber ankle.
They've taken Patrick Mahomes in that tent. His foot is backwards. You know what I mean? And then he comes out ready to go. So whatever they use on him, that's what y'all need. PJ, what do y'all need to do going forward, man?
All of that plus some. But no, hey. So I think it comes down to, man, effective. We got to control the clock. And the combination of play calls, I talked about this earlier, and just driving the ball. We got to drive the ball. We can't, especially coming off of those fumbles. We got to capitalize. Another thing I think we need to get after is all those personal fouls. Those also set us back. When we got that 15-yard penalty, if that didn't happen, that would have been a touchdown, and that set us back. So yeah, come on. It would have been a touchdown. We was right there in the red zone. It would have been a touchdown. But I think ultimately going into our next game is effective play calling, and we got to drive the ball down the field.
Yeah. No, but seriously though, man, about the injuries, man. Y'all remember? I don't know if y'all, I'm a Hurricane fan through and through. The Miami Hurricanes. We used to call them the Kane triplets. You know what I mean? For all those injuries and stuff, man. Hey, it was lidocaine, novocaine, and cocaine. One of the three was gonna get you back on the field.
not cocaine. Not cocaine, man.
We called them the Kane triplets. One of those three was gonna get you back in the game. Hey, ask Michael Irvin.
Yeah, Michael, the cocaine cowboy. He gonna get it right. He gonna get you right now.
Lidocaine, novocaine, and cocaine. One of them you would go play, right? Hey, so as far as the Eagles, man, what do we have to do, Sally, to continue our success going into the playoffs?
I think what we need to do, we need to make sure everybody's healthy. We get Goddard back, we'll be good. I think we need to work on I think we need to cut our penalties down a little bit. We're getting some penalties, so we need to work on those. And I know yesterday we just still need to just make sure we still need to make sure we just protect that ball. If we can protect that rock, get the penalties down, with everybody healthy, we going to the playoffs, we going to the Super Bowl, baby.
Absolutely. Got it. What you got?
I agree, man. Penalties, discipline. We got the one defensive penalty. We got the defensive penalty, but I think that was the only penalty we got on defense.
Yeah,
so that was phenomenal.
A clean game.
I think 5 offensive penalties, which we're going to get. That averages to about 1.25 penalty a quarter. I can live with that, but we gotta clean up the disciplinary stuff. We got lucky with that end zone fight that we didn't get a penalty to make it offsetting. The Jalen Carter thing, I think that was a one-off. You know what I'm saying? But it could have been crucial. It could have came at a time to where after that put him in position to score. So I think that and coming out in the first half like we finally should have the whole season. We finally came out firing in the first half. I think this is the second time this year we scored in the first quarter, and I think the first was the only one other time was a field goal. Right?
Yep.
So field goal and a touchdown in the first. I sent a text out. Finally a first quarter touchdown. So we're here. We got to sustain that momentum in the beginning of the game and shape up on our discipline. I think we'll be good to go.
Yeah. Hey, Duke, you get any words on that?
Hey man, I just feel like just keep working on that chemistry with the receivers. Keep working on that. You know what I'm saying? Just play sound, disciplined football. You know what I'm saying? Like Gotti inside said, just cut down on the penalties. Just key mistakes that you're making throughout the game. Just bonehead plays, like just don't do those. But that chemistry, man. Back in the day, the pot winner coach used to always say, "Hey, go out there and have fun." When you go out there and you have fun, man, you play a way better game instead of being so tense and everything. So just go out there, have fun, get that chemistry going, man. We'll be fine. Have fun out there. That's the problem. These kids today ain't having no damn fun. Go outside.
Hey, so we're looking for some involvement, man, for out there. So I want we about to go through these panel members, man, get their word, man. But I also want to hear from y'all in the comments, man. Like I said, if you just tuned in, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, do whatever you need to do so you can stay up with the show and go from here. But it's time for Meet Mania, man. We at that point, man. We at that point in the show. Hey, we about to get started, man. We about to go a little off topic right now. We're gonna go a little off topic right now. It's time. We've talked about greatness enough. Now let's talk about the others around the league, right? So what we're gonna do at first is, man, and I want in the comment section, man, I want to hear your top 5 NFL teams right now, man. Your top 5 NFL teams. We're gonna go around the screen right now. Everybody, give me your top 5 NFL teams and a quick synopsis of why you chose them to go forward, and we'll go from there, man. We're gonna start with Duke, man.
All right, top 5. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go number 1. Got it. I'm gonna hate to say it. Y'all ain't gonna like it, but I'm gonna say the Bills. Bills are the top number 1 team right now. You know what I'm saying? Okay. These them boys out 48 points on the boys. Come on now. So the Bills got to do that. Of course, as immediate number 2, Philadelphia Eagles. Gotta be number 2. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Mainly because the stride that we got going on right now, the chemistry, doubting all the naysayers. That's number 2. Number 3, I'm gonna go ahead and say, excuse me, the Lions. Even though they just lost, but I'm taking that loss for what it is. They're due a loss. They were due a loss. Let's be honest, they were due one. So that's number 3. Number 4, I want to go with Lamar. I really want to go with Lamar. He's playing really, really good football, and I'm with him. You know what I'm saying? And number 5, I would say the Kansas City Chiefs. Despite the record, I just don't think that they have the weapons to sustain themselves throughout the playoffs. With Patrick Mahomes being hurt right now and a couple other, lackluster defense, I just don't think they're going to last too long in the playoffs. That's my top 5.
Gotcha. Hey, Rod Kelly say KC. He said KC, Detroit, Philly, Bills, and Baltimore. Got it. What you got, man? Let me hear yours.
It looks like we all Buffalo, KC, Detroit. I got the same one as Duke, and I got the same. Who's that? Detroit. Look like everybody got the same one. Everybody got the same 5.
Same order.
So,
same order.
In order, definitely KC is definitely last. They currently have the NFL record for wins.
By one score less.
One possession win. One possession. Yep. Going forward, Patrick Mahomes is banged up. Who they got coming up? Anybody know?
Houston, and then
they about to play Houston. They got a little.
They about to get beat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
it's week to week.
But Buffalo balling. I ain't have to say much. Detroit balling. I don't know how they are going to be going forward. They got I think 3 key players out. Lamar, what did he throw? 4 or 5 touchdowns yesterday?
Yep, 5.
5 balling.
He had more touchdowns than incompletions.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure we're all gonna have the same list, except maybe somebody might have a one-off. But I don't know who that one-off would be. So.
Hey, shout out to Rod. Hey, Gina's up here as well. Gina, hey, they're from the they're showing the love and support from the Sports Laugh and Chill show. Hey, if y'all got time, go over and check out their show. They doing good things. Duke/Unk, he be on there doing his thing as well, man. So hey, shout out Gina, shout out Rod, shout out Red, everybody in the comments. We see y'all doing it. Hey, PJ, who you got?
So my list a little bit, I got to stick with my Steelers. I don't care what anybody say. Hey, I'm gonna put my Steelers up there, and then I wouldn't say go with the Lions. I think the Lions been playing good ball this season. Yep, that's my
Dan, get your man, Dan. Get your man.
No, hey, I gotta
Dan,
go
get your
Steelers,
man.
I
He's
cannot
got
take
the
my
pride.
Hey,
Dan, get your man.
You can't take my man's pride.
I'm gonna say right now, Russell's about to play is his next best game of the entire season. And don't y'all text me when he goes the other way.
Okay.
So look though, I'm going with the Steelers, the Lions, the Bills, Baltimore, and then unfortunately the Eagles.
Okay.
At least you gave him some praise.
He gave us a little bit at the end. Okay.
I gotta give y'all some praise, man.
Dan, let me hear it. Dan, what you got, Dan? Let me hear it.
Mine's pretty similar. I mean, and I'll even go one step further with it. I'll say Bills 1, Eagles 2, Chiefs 3. Then Lions 4, and I think those 4 that's your title games right there, gentlemen. I don't know where they'll be at, but I think that's your title games right now. And then probably Vikings at 5. I don't know, their defense. Flores hasn't playing really nice. Sam Darnold's playing well, so I don't know. I like the Vikings for some reason sitting there at 5. Steelers probably in that 7-8 area. I mean, Lamar's amazing, but he beats up on NFC teams that don't know him. But then he'll go to Cleveland and lose. He's struggling against the Steelers. Like, if teams that know him have, it's interesting. But when he goes in the NFC, he could beat up on the Giants, beat up on the bottom feeders. But that's where he gets his big stats. But, it's interesting when he plays the big boys in the AFC. So,
right. Sally, I want to hear it. What you got, Sally?
I got the Eagles. I got the Bills. I got Detroit. I got the Vikings, and then I got Baltimore.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. That's the order I got, man. They got it's hard to go against Pat Mahomes, man. I'm telling you, it's hard to go against Pat Mahomes. I got Detroit in there as 3rd as well, but I don't know if y'all heard, man, that Montgomery, he's out. Montgomery's out. They're running back, one half of their dual run attack is out for the season, the rest of the season. So
he was balling. So hey, they also sustained Detroit also sustained 3 key injuries to their defense. The defense is I mean, that's why teams are scoring 40 points on those guys, man. That's why they're scoring 40 points on them. But they still balling. Golf is doing his thing, man. So hey, it's gonna look good.
It's gonna look good. I just think that, man, the only problem, which is a good problem we have, man, we have a lighter schedule to them because I think that Detroit is gonna lose another one to Minneapolis, and I have them my number 4. The Vikings are gonna go through and they're gonna expose Detroit as well, and we need them to keep losing one more game, man. We went out, we're gonna get that first place, we get that bye, and y'all know what that means. Everything comes through the link. Everything gonna come through the link. Everything's gonna come through the link. I know they was talking about, if you go to Detroit, man, you're gonna lose this and this, man. Hey, that boy Josh Allen, man, he's balling, man. He showed you what happens down there in Detroit when they don't come with their A game. And they have sustained a lot more injuries on there. So, hey, we just looking forward to go through the link, right? Everybody it is, man. It is what it is. Hey, we see all the comments in the comment section.
Yeah, I love it.
We appreciate all the support, man. Like I said, everybody's pretty much thinking the same thing. We all smart. There's only one delusional thing in here, but I can set up some counseling for him. I can set up some counseling for this guy.
Other way.
Well, on my I can set up some counseling for him, man. Put him. Hey, I got a good plan to get him. Hey, he got the Steelers number 1. Nobody in the comments put Steelers number. Hey, but that's a true fan. Delusional or not? Delusional or not? That's a true fan.
I need to counsel. My wife is a beaver specialist, so I get counsel around the clock. That's why I'm able to put the Steelers up top, because I'm getting counsel right around the clock.
Hey, y'all. Hey, before we get out of here, man, we're gonna hit tonight's picks, man. The night's picks. The first game we got is Chicago and Minnesota. Duke, who you got, man?
Minnesota gonna destroy them boys. No pause.
Okay.
They're gonna destroy them.
Got it.
Minnesota, man. I said it the other day, man. Caleb can't get right, man.
PJ, who you got?
I gotta go with Minnesota.
Minnesota, Dan?
Yeah, Vikings all the way.
All right, Sally, you same thing. Got you. Okay. Hey, Atlanta and Las Vegas. Sally, who you got?
I think Atlanta. That's Atlanta. Atlanta gonna take that one.
Kirk Cousins. And y'all, hey, everybody in the comments, I say this all the time, man. I say this all the time. That guy is the biggest fraud, or he has the best negotiator there is. He's secure in his career. He has $331 million of guaranteed money Kirk Cousins has received. Nothing to show for in the playoffs. $331 million, right? Hey, Atlanta versus Las Vegas. Dan, who you got?
Yeah, Atlanta. It might be a little bit closer just because it's out there, and Atlanta's been playing pretty messy lately. They're on a 4-game losing streak, but I still think they should be able to bounce back.
Okay. PJ, who you got?
Atlanta.
Atlanta? Got it. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going with Atlanta.
All right. Dookie?
Kurt Cochains, baby. Atlanta gonna do him up. Kurt Cochains gonna do him up, bro. Kurt Cochains, man. For sure.
Hey, everybody in the comments, man. I went down, man. Facebook, Instagram, everybody watching, man. And we appreciate all the love, all the support, all the comments. Hey, make sure, once again, if you like what you said, man, just go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you'll never miss a show. You'll never miss a show. Any closing comments from anybody? Going around the horn. Dookie, what you got?
Hey, man, I just want to say, hey, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Like, I'm really digging it. I'm digging the chat. The chat is lit tonight, man. Straight up. Oh, and before I say this, man, I want the next time we do this, I'm gonna give me a picture of Denzel, and I'm right now my mama shoe program. Signs, baby. You're making signs all week. Tommy, you too. Shoe program. My cousin Eric, guess what? Side of the road, road work. Get all them jokers out there and cut down. Oh, y'all think y'all gonna come in here and talk to me like that? Never. Trash.
Got it. What you got? Closing comments.
Hey, man. Hey, thank y'all for joining in. Enjoy the game tonight.
PJ.
Hey, gentlemen. Hey, it's a pleasure, man. This is very refreshing for me. I really love what you guys are doing. You continue the brotherhood in service and out of service, and really everyone that's been in the comments supporting. I say everybody needs to support. I'm definitely doing my part to support you guys, and I really appreciate what you guys are doing.
Hey, one more time, man. Let them see the book for those who joined late, man.
So, there you go. Hey, for those that's joining late, These Words Chose Me, and it's on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. So go ahead and get your copy. These Words
Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. Like I said, man, he's still currently serving. Everybody else, we retired. We realized we seen the light a long time ago. He's still looking for that light to hit him. So
Still go.
He's waiting for that life to choose him to submit his retirement package so he can join us in this good life that we live in.
I'm waiting for the retirement words to choose me.
Dan, closing comments, Dan. What you got?
Thank you for your service, gentlemen. I should have told you that last podcast. I do appreciate that, all you, man. You guys are good. You're at least you're a respectful Philly fan, so I appreciate you guys having me on. And
I need non-delusional over here. Non-delusional, we're realists.
I know. You gotta be. You know, even after a bad loss, having them ranked number 1 in the league. But thank you guys. Thanks for having me on, and hope my boys get healthy this week.
Sally, what you got? Closing comments, man.
I just want to, thank all our fans. I want to thank our two Steelers fans out here, along with the other one, Bradshaw. They all was wrong. All of y'all were wrong.
I wasn't wrong.
Terry was wrong too. And also, Sally made a prediction with your boy Najee Harris. How many yards did he get? He was trash. He got like 14 yards.
Yeah.
14.
But other than that,
Yeah.
Shout out to our loyal fans. We keep it coming.
Hey, look, once again, man, everybody said it, man. Shout out to the fans, subscribers, everybody out there hitting like, subscribe, notification buttons, man. We appreciate everybody showing up, showing the love. Meet You Mania we love it, man. Talking about the other teams that's going on in here. I mean, we talk about greatness so much with the Eagles that everybody, they get tired of hearing great stuff. They want to hear about the peasants. So we give them a time to talk about the other teams around the league. Hey, see what they got going on, man. But we appreciate everybody, the loyal fans, coming in all the time, man. We doing our thing, man. Meet You Mania. We saw some requests, dude, man. We saw some requests for the merch, man. So
I seen them out there.
We'll see what we did talking about. Hey, man. But peace, love, and hair grease, man. We love y'all. We'll holler at y'all next time, man. Out.
All right.
Stay on, everybody. Stay on.